All right, Sal, we got a Monday night game in Philadelphia with a 5-1 Eagles team. I don't know that there'll be more energy or juice in that building manufactured than you'll be able to get on Monday night.
And how about the Sixers tonight? So you got both ends of a weekend. Sixers home opener. That's exciting. And then Monday night, Eagles 5-1. Redskins in town for Monday Night Football. Should be a great, great weekend of sports here in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah, man. We know the complex will be jumping tonight and on Monday. How big of a game is this game Monday? Because you've already played Washington, beat them once. I mean, you could get 2 games up there, but also beating them twice here. You could almost put a knockout blow to the Redskins.
I'll tell you, Mike, I don't see this game as a walk at all. I think this is the most dangerous game on the Eagles' schedule. This is it right here. There's no more dangerous game for a lot of reasons, too. First of all, you have a 10-day layoff. That's difficult. That's difficult rhythm during the middle of a football season. Secondly, the Redskins know you very well and play you very tough. Have done so for the last 2, 3, 4 years. Chris Maragos, your special teams captain, is out as a heck of an adjustment. Chris Maragos' contribution to this team is enormous. His ability to see things before they happen on special teams, his ability to provide some energy, a very important phase of the game is very, very big. Again, Lane Johnson will be important, but I think this is the most dangerous game on the Eagles' schedule. Very tough to win this game. Very tough.
What do you take from that Week 1 matchup down there, if anything, that we can kind of learn from for Monday night? Because that game down there was 2 teams that probably we view differently today than we did in Week 1.
Well, the Redskins have found where to go on third down. That's Chris Thompson. So the Eagles better be ready for Chris Thompson. The screen game of the Redskins is working very well, and the Eagles are a very poor screen defense team. So this is one of those games where, Kirk Cousins has a very good passer rating on first down, and Chris Thompson has been terrific on third down. And the Eagles have had trouble, against good pass offenses. And right now, the Redskins have evolved into a much better pass offense than they had in the first game of the year.
No doubt about that. Sal Pal Friday here, and when we talk about defending the pass, Ronald Darby back at practice. Any indication, Sal, whether or not we'll see Darby, and what kind of impact will his return bring to this defense? Because you wonder if that will allow Jim Schwartz to add some new wrinkles that maybe he's not willing to do with what he currently has.
Well, I think that's an important step that has to be taken for this team, but I don't see it happening this week. I think Darby, if he plays, is not going to be a major contributor. To me, the thing that they need to do 2 things in this game. Number one, defend on third down against screens, against draws, because Chris Thompson will kill this team. He will kill it. And the second thing is they got to protect Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has been hit 43 times while throwing or running. That's the 3rd most in the league. He's got the 2nd most rushing attempts in the league behind Cam Newton. He's got 32 rushing attempts, 2nd most behind Cam Newton. That's way too much. Way too much. The coaches, I'm told, were all over Carson Wentz about driving his head and shoulder into the teeth of the defense, about sliding instead of going head first. But the biggest thing they were all over him about was holding on to the football in the pocket. Biggest thing. If you saw the quote from Wentz, he was asked about it. Nobody made a real big deal about it in the Philadelphia media that I saw. He said, we had some really healthy discussions about it. Did you see that?
Yes, I forget where I saw it, but I did see that they had a nice discussion with him about it.
I think it was real. We had some healthy discussions about it. I'm told every meeting they were all over him. They showed him a clip of a bunch of hits on him about A, not recognizing blitz, B, holding the ball too long, C, diving head first, shoulder first into the teeth of the defense. 43 times he's been hit, Mike. Third most in the league. 32 rushes, second most in the league. I don't want Carson. Listen, I can't be more emphatic about this. That's not sustainable, Mike. It's just not. He continues along that. We're looking at, a broken quarterback by the end of the year.
It's something you mentioned last week, that shot he took when he lowered the helmet or lowered the shoulder on the goal line against Carolina, that it gets the fans going, it gets everybody going, but you can't keep doing it because you're not going to make it through the course of this year. But it leads us through 6 weeks in, Sal. Is he, in your mind, that important? That is he a legitimate top MVP candidate in this league right now?
Oh, gosh, yes. He's the quarterback of a 5-1 team, the only team with one loss. The Eagles are the only team, Mike, that have converted more than 50% of their third downs.
Wow.
Why? Number 11.
Yeah. Let me
lose in. The season's sunk.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
Look at what's going on around the league. Look at what happened last week after we talked. When we talked about it after the Thursday game, and I remember talking to you about this. What happened since then? Aaron Rodgers out. 2 weeks in a row, somebody dove at Alex Smith's knees. Pittsburgh and last night. Oakland. Teams are hunting quarterbacks right now. And number 11 has a big, fat target on his back.
No doubt. As we say, by the way, 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns, 3 picks, 5-1. If you ask the question, are the Eagles the best, and you say yes, is there anybody even, who's in the argument right now? I know it's almost hard to hear that, yes, the Eagles right now might be the most complete, best team in the league, but who else for you is even in the conversation?
Oh, the Patriots are in the conversation. The Steelers are in the conversation. The Seahawks are in the conversation. The Saints won 3 straight. They're in the conversation. But I think you have to focus on this is a one game at a time situation for the Eagles. You got 3 games at home in a row, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get past this Washington team. I'm telling you right now, this is the toughest game of the year. It's not even close. You look at the rest of the schedule, this is the toughest game of the year. This game and at Seattle.
Yes.
Those are the next 2 tough games.
Well, you got these 3 at home back to back, and then you go into that bye week before you face Dallas. So you do go on the road, but you have a bye, so it's worked out nice for them.
Yes, but this is the toughest game of the year right now.
Hey,
no question.
With the success, having a second-year quarterback and a second-year head coach, is it more difficult in your mind that they're having this much success for those 2 to handle it, or do you think they just have the right 2 guys under the circumstances?
Well, I think the 2 biggest things that has led to their success is Carson Wentz has been positively clutch on third down.
Yeah.
He has the highest quarterback rated on third down in the league. He's thrown 7 touchdown passes on third down, most in the league. He's been absolutely – I would invite everybody who's listening to the show to watch the NFL matchup show, because Greg Cosell, after talking to Doug Peterson, has a piece about Carson Wentz on third down that will blow your doors off. It really is magnificent. It's the best. Listen, I've been on the show for 16 years. I've been doing this radio show with you for a long time, right?
Yep.
This is Cosell on Wentz on third down this weekend on the matchup show is the best thing we've ever put on TV.
Interesting. And that's tomorrow morning, 8:30 on the Deuce, correct?
Yes, and don't forget Sal Pal ESPN on Instagram.
That's right. I was leading into this because I want to get Sal Pal ESPN on Instagram's instant keys to the game here on the radio program of what are you looking for Monday night between Philly and Washington. As you said, this is the most difficult.
Wait a minute. You want me to give you my instant analysis on the Mike Gill Sports Bench show? You want me to do it now before people go on Instagram?
Is that asking too much?
No, not for you, Mike Gill. Definitely not. Absolutely not, brother. Absolutely not. I think it's real simple. 1, you got to find Chris Thompson because he will kill you. Find him and eliminate his impact from the game. especially in the screen game when they run Brandon Sheriff out there. It's been a killer all year long, and that's number one. Number two, don't give up the big play on defense. Keep things in front of you. And number three, protect Carson Wentz. Protect him. Do a better job of protecting him in the pocket, and watch for him to get the ball out of his hands quickly in this game.
Sal Pal, on Tuesday, will people be drinking dollar Dunkin' Donuts?
I will be, for sure. Because I never miss Dunkin' Donuts. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Mike, this is a tough game to predict. I am going to pick the Eagles to win the game, but not with a lot of confidence. I know the number is 5 right now. I would not give 5 points in this game. This is a 3-point game. I'm going to go with the Eagles winning 27-24.
All right, the people will be happy on Tuesday. Sal Pal Friday here, powered by Dunkin' Donuts. Fill up on Eagles game day with dollar medium coffees, and an Eagle victory gets you $1 coffee that day after an Eagles win. Sal Pal ESPN on Instagram. Get his instant analysis right there. Follow him on Instagram. Do it right now. Sal, one of these days, I'm going to have coffee with you.
One of these days, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Dunkin' Donuts together. We're going to do an instant analysis at Dunkin' Donuts. We should do that.
I'm going to sign up for that one. You let me know when you're available. You know where I am on the Friday.
We got to do that.
All right, my man. We'll see you.
All right, bye.